Since after 3 years of waiting, BLACKPINK released a song. No, not an album, not a mini album, a song. Let's play circus music for those who thought we'd get more. For real though, I figured I really wanted to take a look back at the members' solo endeavors, if you will. You may know that I've already made an entire series dedicated to the solo work the members have done. In this video, I want to sort of summarize my various observations and thoughts. What I am focusing on specifically in this video is gonna be, yes, vocals, duh, but also how what we've heard through our speakers while listening to the 4 solo albums got translated into the live performances we saw and heard on stage. The video is split into sections. Naturally, each member has her own individual section. It is very much safe to say that Lisa's goal has been to crack the Western market wide open and establish herself as a solo artist, very much so outside of her K-pop persona. A goal as ambitious as it is difficult, but she had the immense popularity, the star power, all the necessary resources, and in my opinion, pretty fantastic singles to back her up. The goal could have been achieved. So was Lisa able to really impress the international audience? I believe a couple things went wrong. To me, right away, a big issue, it comes as no surprise, the singing. We know this. Going solo has unfortunately put her vocal issues and shortcomings on display, exposed in a way we haven't heard before.
Purple indigo, pain has come and gone again. Walk through the fire, I rediscover. Face, eyes, body go wild. You want this? I'm a new woman. Eyes, I'm all about mine. You want this? I'm a new woman. Elevator, liberate a new frontier. I'm a new woman.
Well, this could have been prevented, but why wasn't Lisa better prepared vocally for her big solo journey? Could maybe these songs be easier to sing? I mean, technically, yes they could, but none of Lisa's songs are particularly vocally challenging, and when a song like New Woman proves to be a bit too much to handle outside of the recording studio, then for sure there is a problem. As always, I am of course aware that pop stars are not only vocalists. I totally agree with that. It's pop music business, not America's Got Talent. A pop star can shine in many different ways, but ultimately it is hard to take an artist seriously, struggling to do their own material justice on stage. Even though Lisa's voice sounds pleasant, the delivery tends to stay rather predictable and very one note, not only in terms of sheer range itself, but there are simply certain tones and textures that are unavailable to her at the moment. So having Lisa vocalize next to stronger vocalists like Tyla, Rosalia, not to mention Ray, has highlighted Lisa's lack of strong vocal development quite tremendously. Even when you listen to the song with Tyla, When I'm With You, well, Tyla is not a powerhouse vocalist, nor an incredibly skilled vocalist on her own, but even on a rather simple song like this, you can still notice how Tyla's delivery is far more flexible, colorful, and interesting. You can feel she can do so much more with her voice than Lisa would be able to. Some of Lisa's strongest solo vocals come directly from Coachella, and well, like I said, I cannot take myself seriously and tell you that she devoured those vocals. Oh my god. I can and will say that she clearly put in real effort to sound her best and was more focused on singing itself more than maybe ever before.
But you never look back. Well, I guess you can hold on to something once you let it go. Take it what I can. I don't give a bleeding from your friends. You better have a side of a brain. Why is it hard for me to say? It's like you're here with me. When I look in my eyes, it's like it's finally love. When I'm pressing through, call you up but I can't get through.
It seemed like Lisa had something to prove there, and she did the best she could with what she had at her disposal, which I'll always appreciate and admire. That was a win for her. Some people were mad at me for comparing Lisa's Coachella vocal performance to Lady Gaga, saying that it was an unfair comparison and had no reason to be made. Well, how do I put it? I still disagree with that. My point is not that Lisa did a bad job, or that fans shouldn't be proud of her. But when you deliberately make a clear effort to step into the Western pop, and you have the opportunity of a lifetime for a solo artist to perform on freaking Coachella, then the somewhat undefined, vague K-pop standard sort of gets thrown out the window. There is a shift in perspective. So considering what kind of performance the headliner of the same festival that Lisa performed on delivered, as far as vocals go, Lisa's efforts, though notable, pale in a wider perspective. Not capitalizing on Lisa's dancing skills has been a mistake. She's been performing some choreographies, sure, but none of them are really much to write home about. Realistically, Lisa has a pleasant voice. She also has enough charisma to pull off a decent rap, but purely skill-wise, it is absolutely clear that dancing is her forte, not fleshing out Lisa's biggest strength and not really getting creative with what she can do with it. Not smart at all. There are many better vocalists and rappers, but few pop stars can rival Lisa when it comes to dance, and this should have been highlighted, especially live. I believe centering her performances around dancing more and allowing her to perform some great dance breakdowns live would come a long way for Lisa. If you're not convinced, think of Tate McRae. Lisa could absolutely do something similar and just absolutely shine. Jennie, who's both a stronger rapper and a better vocalist than Lisa, for sure had more tools to play with. Ruby featured at least a few sides to Jennie's voice and what she can do with it. The album paints a pretty decent picture of Jennie as a vocalist and presents her technical skill set in an honest way. A skill set that's not particularly refined nor very well polished, but one that can be effective, especially when used in the right way. Jennie, I know from BLACKPINK, is an inconsistent vocalist with promising potential and with as many surprisingly strong vocal moments as unhealthy habits and technical issues. But I still had my hopes that Jennie would work on her voice and explore new things. She even said in an interview,
like just in my head, I'm gonna go out there and rap my ass.
Yeah, cool.
But the strange part was, like how you said before about finding your identity, like as a trainee too. So after our debut, we did like 6 songs where I would just rap, like seriously rap. And along the way, I kind of got confused because the more I did singing and music, I came to realize that there's a big side of me inside that I love to sing, just play with my vocals. But I actually never had the chance to really explore that as a trainee because I got told that I should be a rapper.
So if Jennie wasn't gonna go all the way to a rapper mode with her new solo, she would probably have to take her vocals more seriously. And it seems like she did, to an extent. Let me explain. Although songs on Ruby aren't extremely demanding vocally, Jennie surprised me with a smoother, more flowy, better connected phrasing, more consistent use of vibrato, and stronger sustained notes. Jennie used to often attack the notes in a quite harsh way, but now she was able to approach them with less tension and a better sense of control. Was the improvement massive or something I've never heard before? No, but it was there, and it showed me that Jennie has gained a better grasp of how her voice works. Despite vocal improvement, it's not to say that showcasing said improvement has always been a priority for Jennie when it comes to live performances. It seems like to me that as long as she was going all out energy-wise on stage, she was fine with putting vocals and rap on the back burner. Since Jennie has a lot of natural charisma and can be super explosive on stage, live, I'd argue that moments where she skips lines are more easily forgivable in a way, simply because you can tell that she's already giving her all regardless. Nonetheless, if she knew how to preserve her energy better on stage and was more strategic about it, she could be delivering higher quality rap and vocals, or in some cases, be able to continue the song without having to skip parts. I do appreciate, however, that Jennie wanted to bring passion to her live performances first and foremost. That's an aspect she refused to sacrifice. I suppose seeing Jennie so in her element on stage has been exactly what many fans had hoped for. All in all, I would call Jennie's approach to live performances, well, a little reckless. At times not too well thought out, but definitely memorable. The main vocalist of the group, Rosé, has decided to take a route very much unlike BLACKPINK itself, with live performances stripped of BLACKPINK's typical neon light, high shine, polish, the no fucks given I'm a boss attitude, and the larger than life production. Put Rosé's voice right in the center of attention. With no choreography to perform, Rosé has also prioritized a simple yet seemingly genuine, authentic presence on stage. She carries herself very freely, comfortably, casually almost. Not afraid of interacting with fans in a way we haven't seen before. Being very close to fans, touching them, running around the stage. Vocal enthusiasts will be relieved to hear Rosé sing live very clearly, without a typical K-pop backing track or heavy help from background singers. I feel it's important to note that she's been the only member to really put her vocals on display with such transparency live. Vocally speaking, Rosé's solo songs aren't actually very high at all, especially for a soprano like her. Instead, they often highlight her lower to mid-range, which is now noticeably fuller and better projected.
Tell me I'm that new thing. Tell me that I'm relevant. Tell me that I got a big heart. Angel hearts and a cute name. Ain't that I can remember every evil thing you say. I just saw a red flag. Gonna pretend I didn't see that. 'Cause it's a really, really that bad. But it's 3 a.m. I'm losing myself in my mind again. The one who gives you love that is bulletproof. But this love never dies.
Rosé has also been able to simplify her delivery through reducing the stylistic aspects of her singing. More open vowels and a more neutral larynx placement, along with thicker chords connection, result in a deeper, more grounded sound, a bit more reminiscent of pre-debut Rosé. However, it's not to say that there haven't been any bumps in the road. From a vocal perspective, Rosé's pitch accuracy could and should be more precise. Her vibrato is rather unpredictable, and I also have noticed that she's been having a hard time using her upper register. Well, Rosé is not at a point where she's unable to do her solo material justice live, but if she wants her voice to really become the main event in her solo career and expand on it, then it would be best to make sure that she puts in continuous intentional effort to grow as a vocalist still. I have no doubts that Rosé loves music deeply, but investing more in her technique would give her new tools to express the love she has. She has the passion, she has the heart for it. She's got the emotion in her voice, but a true vocalist, and I mean capital V, needs more control. She is by far the best vocalist in BLACKPINK. However, wider perspective is key here. Nowadays, I can admit, although not without shame, that I didn't expect Jisoo to take her solo music career as seriously as she did. Yes, technically she has released only 4 new songs, but you cannot deny how much Jisoo has put in to make this solo feel special. Jisoo's approach to live performances has been ambitious, I'd say. Each song has its own choreography. There is a real production value behind every single performance she's done, far exceeding expectations that many fans could have. Although I wouldn't say that 4 new songs out of a mortgage fully play to Jisoo's strengths, as I would love a bit more focus on the lower register she has. But they still give her more room to play with and let us get to know Jisoo better as a vocalist. It has been refreshing to listen to Jisoo's voice carry those new songs all on its own, and for her to try some new things. She sounds better than ever on those studio versions. Live, however, I cannot say I've been quite as excited from a vocal perspective. The issues we've already known before, like the presence of different kinds of tension, excessive nasality, overly heavy mix, and lack of really good vibrato still very much exist. There is also the fact that the need to multitask on stage, choreography-wise, doesn't allow Jisoo to fully focus on her voice in live performances, and oftentimes quite a strong backing track hinders her live vocals as well. I personally would love more opportunities to hear Jisoo in more calm, relaxed circumstances. Like here, she sounds super nice. Even though, vocally speaking, Jisoo hasn't made as much of a progress as, for example, Jennie did, the potential remains there, and improving the technique would allow this unique voice of hers to really blossom. My very quick thoughts on the Deadline Tour. A weird name for a tour, by the way. Do you mean rent, YG? Do you need some money? I mean, probably. Anyway, what I'm gonna say is that no matter how last minute and undercooked this tour may look at times, I think the girls are the only reason to keep an eye on it. I think that they're doing great. It seems that the chance to explore things on their own for a while has allowed them to come back together stronger. To me, especially, Jisoo and Jennie seem like they have fallen in love with performing all over again. If I wasn't getting married this year and I didn't have to save money for that, I would love to go. Not for the lights, not for the stage production, not for the one new song, but just to see the members enjoying themselves and having fun with one another. What does the future hold for Blackpink? That is pretty much always uncertain. But that's all I have for you guys in this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you guys for watching. Definitely please let me know what you think about all this. I haven't said that in a while, so thank you for waiting for me. Thank you guys once again for watching. I will see you in my next one. For now, bye guys.